Welcome to EH Viral Enthusiast. Here's what's coming up.
We take a look at the best of my reports from 2024. First, we look to my video on the 129, where I went from North Greenwich down to Lewisham Shopping Centre. Then, we look to my report where the London Mayor Sadiq was under pressure, and we also take a sneak peek to the new silverltown tunnel, and also the cost that it's going to cost drivers, that they're going to have to pay to use this tunnel alongside the Blackwall tunnel as well. Then we look to the 436 journey, where I went from Lewisham down to Battersea Park Station on EH257 YX18KTF. And we look to my journey on the 45, where I went from Clapham Park down to Elephant and Castle.
To Lewisham Shopping Centre. 129 to Lewisham Shopping Centre. To Lewisham Shopping Centre. National Maritime Museum. To Lewisham Shopping Centre. Greenwich Town Centre, Nelson Road. 129 to Lewisham Shopping Centre. Warden Hill. Blackheath Rise. Lewisham Station. One two nine to Lewisham Shopping Centre. Street.
Welcome to the program, everyone. I'm EH Viral Enthusiast in London, and tonight we start off by talking about Sadiq Khan as he comes under pressure over a pre-9 a.m. travel for older people in London. This has come at a time where the Tory mayoral candidate Suzanne Hall and Green candidate Zoe Garbett have both pledged to bring the perk back, but the mayor says that it's not currently viable. Sadiq Khan came under pressure on Monday over his failure to pledge the rest of the free morning rush hour tube and bus travel for older Londoners. The Labour mayor's Tory and Green opponents have both said that they would both reinstate the perk if elected, but Mr. Khan argues it's not financially viable. Free pre-9 a.m. weekday travel for 60-plus Oyster or Freedom Pass holders was first axed in June 2020, primarily to ensure the public transport was kept empty for key workers during the COVID-19 pandemic. But Mr. Khan decided to then change and make it permanent after being told by Transport for London that it could generate an additional 40 million a year in fares. The perk, however, temporarily returned on Friday mornings as part of the mayor's off-peak Friday fares trial, which is running for 12 weeks. The 60-plus Oyster is funded by TfL and gives London residents aged over 60 free travel on TfL services. It is separate to the Older Person's Freedom Pass, which is funded by the capital's 33 councils and gives free travel to London's residents over the state pension age of 66. The issue was high on the agenda at the first hustings of London mayoral elections organised by the Age UK and London, hosted in Canary Wharf. The event was meant to enable older Londoners to get past their questions to the main party candidates, but the only one to attend the Green Party's Zoe Garbett. Mr. Khan sent Deputy Mayor Joanne McCartney as a substitute, with Conservative candidate Suzanne Hall sending Assembly candidate Nick McLean in her place, and Liberal Democrat candidate Rob Blackie sending Assembly member Hina Bukhari. From the Reform UK candidate Howard Cox, and other candidates were not invited. Miss Hall said last week that the removal of free pre-9 a.m. travels has been a cruel penalty, which unfairly hits older Londoners who need to travel to early morning appointments. Referring to negotiations over the TfL funding between the mayor and ministers, Miss McCartney said the government tried to take away the 60-plus Oyster altogether, and it was only because Sadiq thought that it accept that it's still being retained. Would love to reinstate the free travel before 9 a.m, but we just aren't in a position to do that yet. The government is not giving TfL at the moment more than a 1-year funding deal, so they're going to have to go every year to go back to the government for funding. Miss McCartney also added, quote, "I can't remember her," in brackets Miss Hall, ever standing up to her own government when they're threatening to take it away. The Tory candidate reportedly plans to fund the pledge through savings in City Hall and TfL budgets, including reductions in staff with salaries of more than $100,000 a year. Miss Garbett says she didn't believe older Londoners should have to bear the brunt of money lost during the pandemic, and that she would reinstate this perk. "We think this is one of the most important priorities, and it's the most important one right now," she said. The Lib Dems' Mr. Blackie told The Standard that reinstating the benefit something which partly he would likely to do to sort out this feasibility. And on top of this, This is what the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, had to say amongst all of it.
The audacity of the Conservatives saying they're going to, bring back free travel during the rush hour when it was them that wanted to take away the Freedom Pass. Let's remember the recent history. The Conservative government were forcing me to remove free travel for those above the age of 60 and below the age of 18. They refused to allow me to use any TfL money to keep that. So what I had to do was raise council tax. And that council tax money goes towards supporting the Freedom Pass and those below the age of 18. We couldn't bring it back for those below the time of 9:30 because that cost £40 million additional money, which we didn't have. So the idea that the Conservatives are now, saying that they will bring it back before 9:30 when they were against the Freedom Pass altogether. Had there been a Conservative mayor, there would no longer be a Freedom Pass. We'd be talking about it in the past tense. The only reason there is still a Freedom Pass that we can talk about is because of me standing up to the government.
It's not something you think is feasible. It's not something you'll commit to.
Well, I think the Conservatives have got to explain where they're going to find the additional £40 million in perpetuity from, but also they've got to explain why they didn't stand up for older people when I was fighting the government 2 years ago.
The Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, speaking there. We also continue by talking about Sadiq Khan saying that the mayor's expansion of the ultra-low emission zone and concerns over crime had also taken priority over this. There was also anger over time over dockless hire bikes with concerns over irresponsible parking and riding on pavements. Mr. Blackie also then went to say this, quote, Sadiq Khan has left TfL's finances in a mess, which inevitably means cuts to tube maintenance and more delays, so we have to fix that first. And the other issues were discussed were at Age UK's group was how the bikes were left in a mess and irresponsibly parked on pavements, which they said that they also need to sort out as well. Next, we turn our attention to take a first look inside the Silvertown tunnel as TfL confirms the summer 2025 opening. TfL is due to announce this autumn the amount that drivers will be charged to use Silvertown and Blackwall tunnels from next summer. Motorists will have to pay tolls to use both tunnels under the Thames in little over a year, TfL have confirmed. It said that the £2 billion Silvertown tunnel will be open in summer 2025, at which time tolls charged at the same rate will also be introduced on the nearby Blackwall tunnel. TfL granted the Evening Standard access to see the Silvertown tunnel, and this is the footage that we also have from that interview.
Tunnel, the £2 billion infrastructure project the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, does not like to talk about. At one end we have Greenwich on the south side of the river, behind me is Newham on the north side of the Thames. This tunnel is due to open in the summer of 2025, when there'll be 2 lanes in 2 tunnels, one for buses, one for cars. Before that we have the mayoral election, and it's quite likely that this project could be one of the hottest issues in determining whether Sadiq Khan makes it back to City Hall for a 3rd term.
So at the backman you have a horrific situation at the Blackwall Tunnel where typically on any day during the peak periods there's a 20-minute queue for vehicles trying to cross the river at this part of London. East London historically has suffered very badly with a lack of river crossings, so people have no choice but to use Blackwall. You've only got Rotherhithe on one side, which is height, width and weight constrained in terms of the types of vehicles, or Woolwich Ferry, which has severe capacity constraints because of the nature of the ferry operation. And because we also have to shut Blackwall on a regular basis, typically about 700 times a year, due to issues in terms of its design, so having Silvertown there will ensure that people have a reliable way to cross the river. But importantly for us as well, a key part of the Silvertown tunnel is the provision of new cross-river bus service to ensure that we can accommodate more people crossing the river, but not more traffic. So to do that, we've got a user charge, which is going to be in place as well.
So what's it like inside? Well, it's seriously big, and this is just one of 2 tunnels. There's one just next door. This will take you north, the other one will bring you south. I'm at the southern end of the tunnel just now, really just beside where the Blackwall Tunnel pops up in Greenwich. The O2 Arena is not far away. The idea is that this should make a substantial difference to people trying to cross the river in their cars, but will it make air quality much worse? That is the big issue and an unanswered question as we stand just now.
This scheme is fundamentally three things. It's the new crossing, it's the user charge, and it's those new cross-river bus services. So you're not attracting more traffic, but you're solving the problems that you've got with congestion at the moment, as well as providing much better reliability in terms of people who need to cross the river, and providing for those people to be able to cross by public transport. So critical three elements that all need to work together to ensure the success of the scheme.
What is beyond doubt though is that Londoners, like it or loathe it, will be paying for this tunnel for at least the next 25 years. It has been built under a PFI scheme, and that means that there'll be payments adding up to about £1.2 billion, meaning the total cost of Silvertown will be around £2.2 billion. So that's quite a legacy, regardless of who gets to be mayor next May.
Look, I've seen the congestion. I've seen the consequences when the Blackwall Tunnel is closed on a regular basis of the east of our city not having the infrastructure investment the west does. So you stand in Tower Bridge and look west, more than 80 river crossings. You look east, there's only one. It's not fair for those people in that part of London who can't use the bus because it's so reliable, because it goes through Blackwall Tunnel. They breathe in the poison because of the congestion. When there's a 5-minute delay on the Blackwall Tunnel, at least a 3-mile tailback, what we've done though is made sure that the Silvertown Tunnel has 2 lanes reserved for double-decker buses. They're going to be zero-emission capable buses. We've made sure that local residents and businesses will benefit from the Silvertown Tunnel, but also we've made sure that the air in that part of London improves rather than gets worse.
Now, this current tunnel, which is 4 years behind the original opening date, which was envisioned by the previous mayor Boris Johnson, is slowly progressing, but surely. The tunnel boring machine completed its return journey, digging the 2 tunnels last August. The route extends from the Royal Docks, only a few hundred yards from City Hall, on the north side, and the Thames to North Greenwich, adjacent to the southbound exit from Blackwall Tunnel. TfL contractors are now completing the cut and cover sections to link tunnels to the existing road network. While this is being done, the southbound exit and northbound approach towards Blackwall Tunnel have been reduced from 3 lanes to just 2, worsening the delays that Mayor Sadiq Khan uses to justify pressing ahead with the Silvertown Tunnel construction in face of environmental concerns. Construction is costing about £1 billion with a further £1.2 billion due to annual repayments over the next 25 years under the PFI contract, which TfL signs preferences paying for the work outright in order to prevent cash being diverted from the tube upgrades and extensions. Dave Rao, the TfL Director of Investment Planning, says that the tunnel would lead to a much improved situation in terms of better air quality. And as you can see on screen now, the image of the tunnel being built, he said each tunnel will have 2 lanes, one for buses and others for cars and lorries. Cyclists will be banned from riding through the tunnel. Instead, they'll be able to load their bike onto a cyclist-only bus. TfL is due to announce in this autumn the amount that drivers will be charged to use the tunnels. A levy about £4 per crossing expected for cars through local discounts. Mr. Rove said, having Silvertown will ensure people will have a reliable way to cross the river. The user charge ensures that we don't attract any more vehicles to this part of London, but that we do enable more trips by public transport. The scheme is fundamentally 3 things. It's the new crossing, it's the new user charge, and it's the new cross-river bus services. You're not attracting more traffic, but you're solving the problems and that you have with congestion. These are the critical 3 elements that all need to work together to ensure the success of the scheme. At present, the Blackwall Tunnel, which is linked to the A2 and A12, are used by 1,000 vehicles a day. 100,000 vehicles a day. And he asked that sure building the Silver Tunnel was still the right thing to do, Mr. Khan told The Standard. And he said, absolutely, he said, I have seen the congestion. I have seen the consequences when the Blackwall Tunnel is closed on a regular basis of the east of our city not having the investment that the west does. It's not fair for those people in that part of London who can't use the bus because it's too unreliable, because it goes through Blackwall Tunnel. They breathe in the poison because of the congestion. When there is a 5-minute delay on the Blackwall Tunnel, it leads to a 3-mile tailback. He denied that the Silvertown Tunnel, which is unlike the northbound Blackwall Tunnel, will be doing enough to be used by the biggest lorries, would lead to more HGVs driving through Greenwich and Newham. There will be ULEZ compliant when it comes to HGVs, he said. We also know that most of the HGVs go around London because of the low emission zone. Dominic Leggett of the Anti-Silvertown campaign group said, whether or not Blackwall is tolled, which is a decision that's entirely up to the future mayors, TfL owns figure shows that opening Silvertown to generate traffic will now always lock in a substantial increase in traffic, local pollution and carbon emissions for decades to come, and undermine all the mayor's pollution and climate targets. Quote, given he knows the facts, he needs to have the courage to act urgently to review the scheme and prevent the significant harm it would otherwise do to some of London's most vulnerable residents. He also went on to say, we suggest reserving the new tunnel for public transport and active travel only, which will allow the £2 billion project to support his vitally important health and pollution climate targets rather than undermining them. Next, we turn our attention to how could London's bus superloop help solve train strikes in London. This was one of the standard podcast titles which we played for you and talked about also on this program previously. So here's the clip from the podcast and what they were talking about.
Overall bus capacity. There are now many more buses on the road, and there are more options for some Londoners to travel to certain areas. Overall, Transport for London says there's been about a 3% uplift in passenger numbers, which
London Superloop spans some 85 miles of road, just 30 miles shy of the M25's distance. Now a section of the capital's orbit bus network is being proposed as Labour Mayor Sadiq Khan says he'll add a route between Elephant and Castle and Lewisham if he's re-elected, dubbed the Baker Loop. But his Tory rival Suzanne Hall says Khan should focus on delivering a £10 billion Bakerloo line extension to Bromley, which is currently unfunded. It comes a fortnight after the completion of the express network, which saw the additions of the route SL2 linking Walthamstow North Woolwich, SL3 linking Thamesmead and Bromley North, and SL5 linking Bromley North with Croydon Town Centre, with the SL4 to come shortly next year in 2025 as the Silvertown Tunnel is being built as of now. According to Transport for London, the Superloop now connects people using it with 310 other bus routes, 49 rail stations and 23 different rail lines. Early journey data shows that almost half of all Superloop journeys involve an interchange with another mode of public transport. But the network has also been criticised for not reaching some parts of outer London, with the borough of Havering left entirely unserved by the network. It comes as a commuter brace for days of fresh travel misery as a wave of train and underground strikes were announced. So, should we start talking about New York-style express routes and the tube routes to help keep the capital moving? You can listen to the Standards podcast on the Standard, where Mark Blunden was joined on this episode aboard the route SL1 linking Walthamstow Central and North Finchley by the Standards Transport editor Ross Lydall, where they also talked about this issue and saying that could this be an issue to solve train strikes and also be the solution to it. And we've also spoke about on this program about the Baker Loop being something that the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, is looking to bring into London if he's re-elected on May the 2nd. And finally tonight, London bus shelters getting a specially designed CCTV cameras in bid to boost safety. TfL have also revealed that it is being hired that they've hired 15 enforcement officers to make night patrols across London's transport networks. Specially designed CCTV cameras are being trialled at bus shelters across London in a bid to improve safety. It comes as Transport for London revealed that it's also hired 15 enforcement officers to make night patrols across its services. The first of the new CCTV cameras, which are being designed to be integrated in the shelters themselves, were earlier installed this week at Peckham's Library bus stop. 4 further shelters at Finsbury Park, Turnpike Line, Gants Hill and Stratford City will soon receive their own cameras, with TfL hoping to extend the trial to 20 shelters later this year. The cameras will retain recordings for 31 days to support police investigations. The new night enforcement officers meanwhile began their patrols in January, and in their first 4 weeks removed 47 passengers who were refusing to follow TfL's rules, behaving obstructively or threatening staff. A further 82 customers were denied access to the network in the first place because of their behaviour. TfL said the officers have also provided safeguarding assistance to 41 passengers, including by helping one man who reported feeling suicidal, challenging another man who was harassing a female passenger, and by ensuring that a third man who fell down the escalators received medical attention. The news from TfL comes in the same week that Sadiq Khan's opponents took aim at the mayor's record in tackling crime on public transport. Tory mayoral candidate Suzanne Hall pledged to appoint a women's commissioner and target sexual harassment on the tube, while Lib Dem candidate Rob Blackie revealed data showing a 58% increase of reported offences on public transport since 2016 that year, since the mayor took office that year. Mr. Khan's deputy Seb Dant said, "We want everyone to feel safe and safe when travelling around London at all times, and it's the mayor's top priority to ensure the network is a safe and low crime environment. That's why we're really pleased that TfL's enforcement officers have begun patrolling the network at night. These specially trained officers will not only provide reassurance to those travelling at night, but they'll help tackle antisocial behaviour, work-related violence and aggression, and support TfL's frontline staff. These patrols will help to ensure that the network is secure and welcoming round the clock, supporting the mayor's aims to continue building a safer London for everyone." TfL pointed out that they already provides funding for 2,500 police and community support officers dedicated to the transport network and has more than 500 enforcement staff who work during the day. And TfL strongly look to meet that and bring safety around the whole network and the entire community. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Goodbye from London.
Are they need to be? it depends where it is. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Is that the one where is it up the West End? I think.
to Battersea Park Station.
Yes, please, because that is literally
436
that is 2 bus stops up the road from
Battersea Park
where
Station.
I am. Yeah, and that's really convenient.
Hanover Park. Paris Academy. To Battersea Park Station. Southampton Way. 436 to Battersea Park Station.
Yes, I have to do to Bromley from our house to Lewisham. About that distance. I don't know, I haven't said yes. She said she was going to look it up and see where about it. She said WC something. I said, I don't even know where that comes from. Yeah, WC something. I don't even know where that is. Yeah, some postcode. And I said, well, it's, yeah.
436 to Battersea Park Station. St. Giles Church. 436 to Battersea Park Station. Church Street, Camberwell Green.
Oh, sorry. What the hell? Oh, I'm seeing it. It actually says your name on it, and I just said, oh, you're just speaking to you. I'm sorry about that. How are you anyway? You okay? Good. All right. Then. Lovely to hear your voice. All right. Bye-bye. 436 to Battersea Park Station.
436 to Battersea Park Station. Road. 436 to Battersea Park Station. Street. To Battersea Park Station. Archbishop Texan School. Road, Durham Street. For your safety, please cross the cycle lane with caution. 436 to Battersea Park Station. River Light Key. Battersea Power Station. To Battersea Park Station.
Hello everyone and welcome to EH257 Enthusiast. Here's what's coming up. I go on the Route 45 from Clapham Park down to Elephant and Castle on 2592 YY18KTF GZN.
Paddington Castle.
બધે ના ધોની લેવાય એટલે મને લઈ જાય જોડે કે મને કે આ વસ્તુ આપણે લાવવાની છે તું આ લેતો હોય મેં આ લેતો હોલ પર આખો દિવસ ભાઈ આગળ એક દોઢ કામ કરી બીજું કોઈ હતું હતા એટલે બધા પણ કેવું કે બધા હા બરાબર મેં એ દિવસે રાત સાંજે 4 વાગે કર્યું હવા મેં ચાય નથી પીધી 9 વાગે મેં ઉઠ્યો 8 વાગે નીચે 8:30 9 વાગે એટલે મેં તો ગયો મોડું કરવાનું કે તું જા ભાઈ ચાય લઈને બંધ તો કરાય આમ આપણે કરીએ ના કરવાનું છે થઈ ગયો મેં પહોંચ્યો કર્યું એટલામાં દિલીપ કાકા નહીં આવી ગયા હા દિલીપ કાકા કશું નહીં દિલીપ કાકા તો પહોંચ્યા અમુક ટાઈમે છે ને દિલીપ કાકાના લીધે એ દિવસે મેં સવારમાં એક દિલભાઈ છે ને પહેલાં જૂના કર્યા હતા દિલીપ કાકાના ઘેર તો ત્યાં આગળ એક બીજા એક અંકલ છે મોટી અંકલ થઈને તો એ લોકોને સારું ભાવે મેં બોલાયા છે તે બહુ બોલ કરતા હતા મેં છે ને બોલ્યો પણ દિલીપ કાકા બોલ્યા કે આ ગેસ છે અમે ગેસના બીજામાં ગેસ તરીકે બોલાવ્યા કે તને મદદ કરવાની પછી એમના લીધે છે ને મેં આગળ કશું કંઈ બોલ્યો નહીં બાકી દિલીપ કાકા ના હોય તો તમે ખેલી
that is it for now. If you ever miss our show, remember you can always catch us online, on our podcast, and across all our social media platforms. Thanks for watching, and goodbye from London.